Welcome back to Eugene, everyone. Oregon leading at 35-32 here at the start of the fourth quarter. Ducks have given up just 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter all season long, and they will be tested against Arizona State as they are hot right now. Oregon, though, with the ball, needing a response.
You know what? That's why this Pac-10 is so competitive, because all these teams can play in the Pac-10. I mean, these games are coming down to the last minute. Like I said, whoever has the ball last has a chance to win.
Look at their possessions in this half. Doesn't get any better than that. Oregon's possessions, 2 touchdowns, had to punt it. And now starting out after a 17-yard run by Ontario Smith, which gives him 147 for the day. And this is a critical, crucial drive for Oregon. Jason Fife having a pretty good day. 17 of 24. 242 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ducks come out on 1st and 10. Fake to Ontario. They throw it to the outside, a little bit too low for the tight end, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Jason's been struggling with that pattern all day. A little quick out to the tight end, to the fullback. That's just that fine test that you got to try to find. But then again, look at his passes to the corner routes or deep ends or post patterns, right on the money.
Second down and long now. Clemson's Harry in motion. He's going to hand it off to Smith. Cuts back. Does it all on his own when he gets out close to a 1st down. They'll mark it about a yard short after a gain of 9. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Oregon.
It was a great run by himself, getting 7 yards on his own. Again, the offensive linemen have easy job to block for Ontario, because all they got to do is shield, and Ontario can do the rest. I mean, he just cut left and right. At the same time, he's still getting north and south.
3rd down and 1. Ducks are 5 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. They'll give it to Smith. And he fumbles the football. And Arizona State gets on it. He had the 1st down, and the ball gets loose. And Arizona State has the ball with a chance to take the lead. And their guys on the sideline are going nuts.
Sometimes that happens with the great back, Joe, that you're trying to lean, and right there is just a straight dive play, and he's trying to lean for the 1st down. He's trying to get his body going north and south, trying to get those extra yards. The ball just comes out.
So for the first time today, Arizona State can take the lead. Oregon, their first turnover of the afternoon on what was looking like a very promising drive. Walter back to throw, looks to the outside. McDonald almost makes a fantastic catch as he turns Stevie Moore around.
And we talked about McDonald needing him to be the focal point of the game, and right now in the 3rd, 4th quarter, they're throwing him the football. He is the man right now. Oregon's defense needs to know where number 81 is going to line up.
More than anything, Oregon seems to need to put Andrew Walter on his back.
Yes, pressure. They need to get to the quarterback.
Fans are making some noise now. Walter's going to throw it again to the outside. Same play. McDonald has the catch, and they'll get forward progress to the 42-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and 2 yards. Going back to the same exact play, and it was wide open.
Yeah, well, the play right there works. I mean, it keeps working for Arizona State. They keep doing it, quick hitch, and letting McDonald try to do the rest. Right there, Stephen Moore did a great job of closing the distance and making the tackle. Getting off the field. You got to make the tackle to get off the field.
3rd down 2 for Arizona State. Walter's going to throw it. Here comes the blitz. A little bit of pressure. Got a man wide open. It's caught for the touchdown. Arizona State has the lead. Justin Taplin with his 2nd touchdown of the day. Unbelievable.
And again, Joe, they came after the young freshman, Aaron Gibson. The switch pattern by the receivers. They're looking at Aaron Gibson saying, we got to attack this young man, and they did that.
And Arizona State has scored on 6 straight possessions, and they now have the lead. And the Ducks in trouble at home in the Pac-10 home opener. The extra point is up and good, and Oregon trails it by 4. Arizona State has 472 yards passing. And with that, they've been one-dimensional, but Oregon has not been able to stop that dimension. They lead it by 4 with 13:11 to go. Taplin with a wide-open touchdown catch, and Arizona State leads at 39-35. Another look at it, Anthony.
Again, Andrew's getting a lot of time to throw, and it's a crossing. The receiver's crossed, and there's no free safety in the middle, and they're running away from the defensive back. Again, attack the young freshman, Gibson. Result, touchdown.
Justin Taplin with the score. And Arizona State fired up on the sideline, throwing the trash back at the fans. Hooping and hollering. And they've got a lead. They're calling their defense to try and hold it. Line drive kick headed for the sidelines, and it'll go out of bounds. And the Ducks will start at the 35-yard line.
You know, Joe, we talked earlier about Arizona State. They were down 21-0. They didn't panic. But the same goes with Oregon. I mean, still the fourth quarter. There's a lot of time left, 13 minutes left on the clock. They're not going to panic here.
Out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be placed on the 35-yard line. First down.
Oregon has too many weapons to bow down right now. I mean, Arizona State right now, they have the pressure of stopping this tough Oregon offense.
Well, at some point in this game, the Oregon defense is going to have to stop the Arizona State offense, and they have not done that in the second half, or for that matter, most of the second quarter either.
And those have been done by big plays for Arizona State.
Ducks come out trailing for the first time. Smith to the outside with a stiff arm. Almost gets away. We'll call it a gain of about 6 to the 42-yard line. Make it 7. And Smith goes over the 150-yard mark, having a big day. But his fumble last possession set up the Arizona State touchdown, and that 472 yards of passing for Arizona State is a new Autzen Stadium record. And we still got 12:36 to play in the football game. Smith again. This time he's tripped up right at the line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Ducks.
Now right here, it's going to be crucial for the Ducks to convert that 3rd down to a 1st down. They got to keep the ball going, keep the clock moving, and keep a tired Oregon defense off the field right now.
Mason Unk in on the stop for Arizona State. There you see him. Senior on this defense. He's been involved in some wild games between these two teams. Fife to throw. Under pressure to screen, but they snip it out. And Oregon will go 3 and out. Arizona State going to get the football back. Suggs with the stop. And he picked a good time to make his first stop of the day.
Yeah, he did. Now, this is when the superstars show up, is at the end of the game when it counts. We may see him be a factor late in the game here.
So right now, the student beating the teacher. And Arroyo to punt, and he shanks it. Into the stands. It's going to be about a 15-yard punt. And Arizona State will start with the ball right around the 42-yard line. And right now, things are not going well for Oregon.
Well, you know, I know Nick Aliotti, defensive coordinator for Oregon, and I know he's telling those young players down there, hey, let's get our composure. Let's play the way we play. Let's play smart football, no big plays. And let's go out there and attack this football team.
Sun Devils with the ball and the lead. Gonna try and run the ball, and there's nothing doing there. Garrett Graham hog tie for a loss of 2.
Well, you got to be sure from the Oregon defense, if they're passing the ball, they for sure can't run the ball on us. They can't do both. Right there, it shows that, hey, Oregon's saying you're not going to run the football. You may be throwing the ball on us right now, but you're not going to run it.
I'm surprised they'd even try to run the ball at this point, as we mentioned, they have an Autzen Stadium passing yardage record already set. Sophomore quarterback Andrew Walter doing it. And he's going to throw it this time. Looking to the outside, got a man wide open. McDonald has the catch and a first down at the 44-yard line. Anthony, it just looks really easy right now for Arizona State.
Well, they're playing throw and catch. I mean, they're doing out routes, going away from the defender, and they're doing post patterns and deep bombs, knowing that the corners are one-on-one without any extra help.
McDonald now with 8 catches for 158 yards, all of those in the second and third quarters, including that one here at the start of the fourth. Walter going to throw it again, looking deep. Just throws the ball up this time and throws it out of bounds. Gets rid of the ball. It'll be second down and 10.
He tried to throw it away and almost threw an interception.
Ducks have been in this position many times before, but I think not many like this, where you really controlled the game and had a 21-0 lead, 28-10 lead.
You're right. I mean, these games are shootouts. The Ducks know about the shootouts, but you're right what you're saying, that the game was 21-zip in the first quarter.
Walter going to throw it again, and this time he has a man to the 30-yard line. And Arizona State moving it right down the field again. Derek Hagan with the catch.
14, by Marcus Benz.
Simple out pattern. I mean, that's just a simple out pattern. Do out to the right side of the field. Now they're throwing it out to the left side of the field. And then next, they may go attack the middle of the field if there's no safety.
Ducks have won 29 of the last 30 games here at Autzen Stadium. In serious jeopardy here of dropping another one with 10-14 to go. And Arizona State on the move again. Walter's going to hand it off to Candidate. And he's tripped up across the 30 to the 27. Give Arizona State credit. They've just found things that have worked, and it's worked pretty easily for them, and they've got the lead now.
Well, and they're trying to control the clock right now.
It's a total of 502 passing yards. Just an unbelievable number with 9:48 to go in the third. Scored on their last 6 possessions. They're threatening again. Ducks coming from the outside. Walter looking to the end zone. Plenty of time. Goes to the end zone. Thrown up and incomplete for McDonald.
And that was some distance covered by Keith Lewis to get over there and help his cornerback out and make a play. I mean, it's one-on-one against Stephen Moore. I think it was an out and up. Stephen puts his hands on him. He was beat a little bit, but a safety has his back this time. If there's no safety back there, it's a touchdown. That time, you keep the safety back, you help the corner out.
Big third down coming up from the 27. Seven of 14 on the day. On third down for Arizona State as Walter goes back to throw. Looks to the outside, and ball is almost intercepted. Contact made. No flag comes out. It'll be fourth down now. And the Sun Devils have to decide on whether to try a long field goal that will give them a 7-point lead if successful.
Well, I think they're going to go for the field goal here. They want to get these points on the board. I mean, Stephen Moore on this play did a great job of attacking the ball. The ball was in the air. Almost could have been called for pass interference. And that's what looked like McDonald was looking for, a pass interference call.
Barth in from 44 yards away to give Arizona State a 7-point lead. Left hash, Kick is on its way. It looks good, and it is right through. And Arizona State has a 7-point lead, 42-35, with 9:18 to go in the football game. So Arizona State has scored on their last 7 possessions, and they've taken control of the game. Oregon now, chance with the ball to try to tie it up. We're back after this. Welcome back to Autzen Stadium. If you have been away for a couple hours, if you might have left when Oregon was ahead 21-0, since that point, 42-14. As Arizona State's taken control, Oregon now with the ball, though, coming back, chance to tie the game. Hey fans, Pape Jam is here again, celebrating its 5th year in Portland. Competition's good this year. BYU and the women play. The men have an Elite 8 rematch with the Kansas Jayhawks, as Kansas coming into the year ranked number 2 in the nation. Catch the Fever Saturday, December 7th at the Rose Garden. Ticket information, call 1-800-WEBFOOT today. The stunned Autzen Stadium crowd. Well, I can safely say it. They've never seen a team throw for this many yards, ever, because Arizona State has an Autzen Stadium record with 502 yards through the air.
I think they're more stunned that Oregon was winning 21-0, and now they're losing 42-35. I think that's the biggest shocker.
I can't say that I've ever could have imagined a day when the other opposing team would throw for 502 yards. Here comes Allen Amundsen. Makes a cut. He's got some room. Does he have speed? Lets it back up. He has some room now to the 35. Out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Big return for Allen Amundsen.
The kickoff return for the Oregon Ducks has been excellent this game. I mean, they've been giving the offense great field position.
Another look at it, Anthony.
I mean, and Allen does a great job of finding the hole, using his speed. Nice little cut there, dance it, and it gets to the sideline. And, you know, Arizona State, though, you got to look at them. They got some fast bunch of guys. I mean, you know, Allen fakes 2 or 3 guys out, but there's another 5 or 6 coming after him. They're all over the field.
9:02 to go here in the football game. First and 10 now for Oregon. Fife goes back to throw, and he throws it to the outside. It's almost intercepted. Looking for Jason Willis.
That would have been a disaster if that would have been an interception. A little out pattern. This time, Jason wasn't rolling out. He was just kind of, he did like a 3-step drop, threw it to the outside. There's 2 guys out, 2 defenders out there.
Alfred Williams read that play and almost had a pick and a touchdown. Second down and 10, and a hand it off up the middle on the delay for a couple of yards, and Oregon has the 3rd and long coming up. Terrence Whitehead on the carry.
Well, this is going to be a test right now for this offense, for Oregon's offense, to convert this 3rd down to a 1st down. I'm looking at, you got to go to a go-to guy on 3rd down. In this game, it's been George Reister, and I really believe that Arizona State needs to be looking for number 81.
3rd and long, Arizona State without a sack yet, but you better believe they're bringing it here. Fife back to throw. Here comes everybody. Under pressure now. He's got to look for somebody. Throws it deep. Up top. And the flag comes out for a pass interference. Intended for Jason Willis. And the Ducks with a huge break as Fife was under pressure really for the first time today.
Well, that was a good call by the referee. I mean, that was pass interference. The defender has to look back for the ball. And if he's not looking back for the ball, they're going to call pass interference anytime.
So it'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Pass interference, defense. Penalty's 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Which will take it into the about to the 37-yard line.
I mean, see, the defender's not looking back. He looks back at the last minute, but he already made contact with the receiver. You got to look back before you make contact.
New set of downs on the penalty. 1st and 10 for Oregon at the Arizona State 37-yard line. 8:15 to go. Amundsen shifts out, and here comes the pressure again. Fife unloads. He's got a man wide open to the 10-yard line. Broken coverage. And Keenan Howery makes the catch down to the 11-yard line where they'll spot it.
I'll tell you what, Fife has him hard on that one. He stayed there, and he knows he's going to get hit on this, and he stays in there and delivers a shot to Keenan Howery. But I know he can feel the defender coming right at him, and right up under the chin, a helmet. Keenan does a great job of getting open, catching the football, positive yards.
Ontario Smith back now in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Ducks. And they're going to fake it. Backside pressure. Goes to the outside. A little miscommunication for the Oregon offense there. Intended for, I think, Tim Day. Keenan Howery was also over there.
And when Tim was running his route, it didn't look like he was looking back. Tim might have thought he might be a guy clearing out for Keenan Howery. And Jason was looking to throw it to Tim Day.
Fife is 19 of 29 on the day. 7:46 to go. Ducks trailing by 7. Fife's going to almost throw it, slips and goes, still fights, and he's going to go down at the 12-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 11 from there.
That's what I was saying earlier, Joe, that I'm seeing a lot of guys slip and fall, and I don't know why. You know, we haven't had rain in how many days?
And that'll be recorded as a sack, so it'll be the first sack of the day for Arizona State. Credit the new field turf surface a little bit, and Jason getting his feet tangled up a little bit. Big 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 11. Fife back to throw, looks to the end zone, and it is caught by Sammy Parker. Touchdown, Oregon.
Great play right there by the receiver and the quarterback. When you got to make a play, you look at Sammy Parker, Ontario Smith, Keenan Howery, George Reister, and Jason Fife. A lot of weapons on that team. I mean, this play is a fade stop, and the quarterback's throwing to a spot and let the receiver make the play. And Parker is the guy who can make those kind of plays.
Jared Siegel on for a very important point after touchdown. Snap is good. Kick is up and through. And we are tied at 42. My goodness, what a shootout we've got at Autzen Stadium. 6:55 to go. We're tied at 42. Let's pause now for this word from our local stations. You're watching Oregon football on the Oregon Sports Network. Back, everyone. Oregon has responded. And Sammy Parker with his 2nd touchdown of the day. And we're tied at 42. And boy, this game sure seems a lot like the one a couple years ago that went to overtime, double overtime, tied 49 all in regulation.
Well, it's definitely a battle, and it's time for Nick Aliotti, as you see there, looking his concerns for his defense. But I really don't think there's concerns. I think his defense will stand up and stand up to the challenge. Right now, they have a challenge. Stop the big play, the big pass.
Arizona State has scored on every possession this half. And you get the feeling that if Oregon could get one single stop, they'd be in good position to win the football game. Siegel's kickoff is a high kick that's going to come down about 2 yards deep in the end zone, and the Devils will down it there and take the ball at the 20-yard line. Hakeem Hill making a good decision for his team. There have been a lot of close calls here at Autzen Stadium. 7 points or less since '95. Overall, Oregon 32-9 in those games.
You know the fans here are used to this, so this is nothing new to them, Joe. You know that.
Here comes Andrew Walter. He has 479 yards passing on the day. And he throws again, going deep, looking for a man, and it's almost caught. Good position by Marcus Binns, the freshman, on the outside, as Oregon's made a change at cornerback.
That was great coverage by Binns, running stride for stride with the receiver. As the receiver looks for the ball, he looks. And that time, they kept Keith Lewis back there as help. So Bims knew that he had help. He's got to handle the outside, and he did that.
2nd down and 10. The Autzen crowd coming to life, making a lot of noise right now. About everybody here is on their feet. Ducks have had trouble getting pressure to Walter here in the 2nd half. Plenty of time again over the top, a completion at the 35-yard line to Sean McDonald. And they've run that play quite a bit here in the 2nd half, but Oregon just cannot get any pressure right now.
Well, exactly. They run that play over and over again. And, you know, the key to that is, you know, if you keep running the play and having success with the play, you run until you stop it. Oregon hasn't stopped it yet, so we're going to keep seeing that play.
What a day for Andrew Walter. 6:25 to go. This time to the outside. He's got a man at the 40-yard line. Derek Hagan with the catch, brought down by Marcus Binns after a gain of 5.
And that's the second play they run, the quick hitch. 5-yard hitch, let the receiver do his thing. That time Binns made a great job of closing the gap to the receiver and making the tackle.
Second down, 5 for the Sun Devils. 5:49 to go in the game. Two tight end set. Gonna fake the run. They throw it to the outside. McDonald's all alone. Tries to make a move. Will go down at the 48-yard line, but it's good enough for a 1st down. And McDonald is having a gigantic day so far. That's his 10th catch for 185 yards.
Well, he was a little slow at the beginning of the game, and we talked about he needs to be the man, and now he is the man.
Walter, 28 of 48, 507 yards, 4 touchdowns. Back to throw again. Good protection. Has a man for another gain of 9 yards, and just like that, the Sun Devils are almost into field goal range.
Well, now the Sun Devils are doing a good job. I think they noticed that Keith Lewis, the free safety for Oregon, is staying in the middle of the field. He's staying deep. So now they're doing the underneath patterns, little hitches, little curls, crossing routes, short outs.
Ducks are trying to get to the quarterback, but as you talked about earlier, they're in a max protect mode most of the time with 2 tight ends and a fullback protecting the quarterback. Same situation here.
It's a 2-man route.
They're just letting their receivers try and beat the Oregon corners. Walter to throw again. Looks to the outside. That one will be incomplete on 2nd and short. That'll set up a 3rd down and 1.
And people ask, well, why don't you blitz? Well, they are blitzing. They are sending extra guys. But when you max protect, you have enough guys to pick up everybody. And it buys time for the quarterback to look over the field and see where he wants to throw.
Arizona State bringing in that formation. Looks like that running formation on 3rd and 1. And there it is. They've thrown out of it as well. This time they'll run, and Hakeem Hill will get the 1st down across to about the 41-yard line. Both teams still have all of their timeouts left. I'm sure Arizona State's thinking, hey, let's just try to control the clock here and not leave Oregon with any time, kick a field goal and go home. Well,
they're doing a good job of it. And we talked about Oregon has to get turnovers. The defense needs to get turnovers and give Oregon's offense back on the field. At some point, they got to make a stand and either 3rd down, stop them on 3rd down, or get a turnover.
Going to go ahead and measure, although it looked from the spot like he had the 1st down easily, and he does. I'm not sure why they had to measure on that, as he got it by about a yard, but Oregon may have requested it for a little extra breath of air.
Yeah.
Sun Devils bring in their receiving group again. Fans from Tempe also on their feet. This half, Arizona State 330 yards this half alone. And a penalty. A little movement on the offensive line for Arizona State. chalk that one up to the crowd. 5 yards for the crowd on that one.
Well, you were talking about penalties. You do not want these penalties now with 4 minutes left in the game, and it's a tied ball game.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. Always 5 yards. Remains first down.
Takes it back to the 46. You can see on the edge of your screen there, the left tackle. Just moving right there. Regis Crawford.
You got to be smart here. Both teams, offense and defense, Oregon Ducks and Arizona State. No penalties at this point of the game.
Walter right in the middle of the O. Goes back to throw, has time to McDonald, who makes the catch down to the 32-yard line. A yard short of the first down. It'll set up a 2nd down and 1.
See, on that last play, again, Oregon came after Andrew Walters, yet he had a lot of protection. There's a lot of guys blocking, a running back, a tight end. There's a lot of guys blocking. He has a lot. There's no one even close to Andrew.
Good throw and catch. On an unbelievable day for Andrew Walter and Sean McDonald. Second down 1, some movement along the line. I don't see a flag coming out. Candidate has the first down into about the 27-yard line with 3:31 to go. And the Oregon Ducks need to start thinking about timeouts. Now whether to use them or not.
Yeah, Joe, now that clock is becoming a factor. 3:31. Arizona State is moving the ball at will. They're controlling the clock, controlling the football.
Sun Devils are in field goal range already. Kind of a swirling wind at Autzen Stadium. The only question is you want to use your timeouts and have them get a first down, and then they'll be able to try and kick a field goal at the end of the game. Now they're going to try and run it for no yards. They put it in the middle of the field. 3:03 to go in the game. And Oregon does use a timeout, which at this point, Anthony, I guess you have to do. But again, it's a little risky because if they pick up a first down, then they can run the clock all the way down and try and kick the field goal for the win.
Yeah, they can. But at this point, I think the Oregon coaches are saying, let's take a timeout and gather our guys up so we can talk to them. Let's talk to them and settle them down a little bit. And this is the time to see, they bring all the players to the bench and try to each coach talk to their position, say, hey, it's okay. Just keep playing hard. The game is not over. Keep your head up. Keep fighting.
Fans, here's your chance to win a copy of the NCAA 2003 video game by EA Sports. Signed by Joey Harrington. At each home football game, the athletic department will give away 1 copy of NCAA 2003 for Xbox and 1 copy for PlayStation 2, autographed by the former Oregon quarterback. It's as easy as visiting www.goducks.com. Click on the button on the front of the page. Sign up, 1 entry per person per week. So with a first down here, Arizona State can really do some damage as far as trying to work the clock down to not give Oregon much time left. Ducks still with 2 timeouts left in the football game. Arizona State has not played well on the road, but today they have. They've lost their last 4 Pac-10 road games. Dirk Cutter's only won 1 road game. That was this year against San Diego State when they came back from a 22-0 deficit. Here they came back from a 21-0 deficit. And the Ducks need something good to happen here. Turnover, sack. Arizona State might want to think about going to the end zone as well.
So Arizona State's doing a great job down here at the last 2-3 minutes of the game of controlling the football. The football is in their hands, and usually the team that has the football last will win.
Fans want some noise. They're bringing it down. 2nd and 8, let's call it, or 9 for the Sun Devils. They'll try and run it again to the outside, and it'll run out of bounds, which is a huge break for Oregon on the sweep. Canada takes it out of bounds. It'll be set up with a 3rd and about 6. But that really helps Oregon as far as the timeout situation, because if Arizona State gets a first down here, they'll still be able to stop the clock and give themselves some time.
Well, yeah, just a simple sweep play, and that could be play calling, because why are you going to run a sweep going to the sideline when you want to run the clock out? Should be a dive play. Get the ball, keep the ball in the middle of the field so you can kick a field goal that's straight on.
Big third down play coming up. Two receivers right. Walter back to throw. Gonna go for the screen to the other side. He's got some room, and he's got the first down, it looks like, to the 17-yard line. It depends on the spot. It's going to be very close to the first down.
It's going to be close.
The marker on the near side of the field, the one you saw there, is a little different, about a yard different than the one on the other side. He had to get inside the 17-yard line. And they'll bring the chains all the way over from the other side of the field.
It's going to be close, Joe. I'd go either way here.
Ball sitting just past the 17.
If it's a first down, it's huge for Arizona State.
And it is. First down for Arizona State.
First down, Arizona State.
2:47 to go. And now Oregon has to use their timeouts regardless of what happens. But how huge was Candidate running out of bounds on the second down play?
Oh, yes.
Ducks would have had to use another timeout in that case.
It's a screen pattern, and some of the linemen, they sniffed it out, but they didn't get over in time. He only ran 6 yards, but it was enough to get the first down. That's what he needed, 6 to get the first down.
Mike Pinkard, great call by Arizona State to get the first down. A great call. First and 10. McDonald on the top of your screen. They're going to try and run it. Candidate, no room, and Ducks will have to use another timeout. And they do. Anthony, do you think that Arizona State should take a shot at the end zone, or is it a little too risky?
Well, looking at the pass the whole game, the receivers are doing a great job with one-on-one coverage. I take a shot. I take my chances with some of these veteran receivers that you have against some young corners for the Ducks.
Arizona State has 32 yards rushing, 29 carries for 32 yards on the ground. They have 559 yards through the air.
That's usually, you don't win that way, but this game, they could win like that. I mean, it's not balanced at all. You know, they're relying on big plays, but in this game, big plays have hurt the Ducks. Arizona State is capitalizing on it.
More than 1,000 yards of total offense combined for both teams today. This is a 13-play drive right now for Arizona State when they really needed it, too. Oregon scored, tied it up at 42. They've had some big third-down conversions. But to come out as the game is coming down and closing into the final few minutes to have a 14-play drive, there's more to come.
Really right. Control the ball, control the clock, and that's what Arizona State did. They took the football, took it all the way down. Now they're in scoring position. Field goal or touchdown. It's going to be up to the Oregon defense to get off the field. Let's see if they can get them off from not scoring any points.
Ducks in desperate need of a turnover. Second and 10. Devils going to run it. Nowhere to go for Canada. He reverses field and has some room now. Stutter steps to the 13-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. And Oregon uses their final timeout. So a first down here, and Arizona State can run out the clock and kick a field goal.
Yes.
Regardless what happens here, if they run the ball and don't get it, they'll be able to drain it down to about 1:20 and not leave Oregon very much time. Now, Mike Barth has missed some chip shot field goals this year. He missed 4 in one game against North Carolina earlier this year. Today, he's been perfect.
Yeah, you look at today's performance, and he's been right down the middle, and that's what you go on, and that's why they're so confident in their kickers, that they know that he's been kicking the ball well today.
Ducks have blocked a couple of placements this year as well. But we're a play away from that potentially, as the Sun Devils will have it with a 3rd down and a long 5 on what is a 15-play drive to try and close out the game. This would be the biggest win in Dirk Cutter's tenure at Arizona State, no question about it. And it keeps them in the Rose Bowl race.
Well, you know, you're looking at this, you look at the score, it's 42-42 with 2 minutes left in the game. Arizona State has the ball on the 12-yard line. The game is still tied up. Anything can happen, and that's why we got to wait till 0 that's on that clock to see what happens. But right now, it doesn't look good for the Ducks, but we know about the Ducks. They can always pull out wins left and right at any time, in any place.
Devils with 2 tight ends, make it 3 tight ends in the game right now. McDonald in motion, gonna throw it to him to the outside, going to the end zone, and it is incomplete out of the back of the end zone. So 2:01 remains on the clock. Boy, it looked almost like it could have been a touchdown, looked like it could have been an interception.
Yes.
McDonald comes up a little lame, and Mike Barth will come in to try and give Arizona State the lead. 4 of his last 8. You see what he's done from this range. It'll be set at about the 19-yard line, a 29-yarder. He's 2 of 4 on kicks of this distance this year.
If you're ever going to block a kick, now is the time to do it.
Wind is going from his right to left. Placement is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Mike Barth with the field goal. 1:58 to go in the football game. And Arizona State back on top 45-42. But Oregon left themselves with enough time, no timeouts, to try and get either a tying field goal or a touchdown to win the game.
Well, I think the crucial point right here is the kickoff return. How much yardage can you get on this kickoff return to get your offense started? You want to shorten that field up.
45-42. 87 points in another shootout between these two teams. And do the Ducks have another fourth quarter comeback in them? 8 of Oregon's 32 touchdown drives this year, taking a minute or less. Well, now, though, the other team knows what you're going to do.
Right, but
a little different.
You're right, but you got to like that word. Don't panic. And you're right. Oregon is not going to panic here. They've been there before. Bellotti has the system down. You know, it's a 2-minute offense. They can score some points. The key here is, can the players execute that and perform and take it in for a touchdown?
Arizona State's defense should be rested after a 16-play drive. Allen Amundsen goes deep along with Terrence Whitehead. There's Whitehead. Parrott will kick it off. Not many folks thought that it would take 49 points for Oregon to win the game today, but that's what it's going to take. At least could possibly see an overtime situation. Looked like an offside situation as they pooch it. Oregon calls a fair catch, and they get it. No flag on that play, though. I think you had about 5 guys 3 yards down the field before the kick went up.
That pooch, I think he didn't want to pooch it so high because on that type of play, you're not running no time off the clock. I mean, you get them good field position, and there's no time coming off the clock.
Ducks start at the 29-yard line. Didn't want to give Allen Amundsen a shot, and here comes the Oregon defense. Remember, Jared Siegel kicked a 59-yarder last week against UCLA. Certainly you don't want to have to rely on that. Plenty of time, though, 1:57. And they'll give him another second, 1:58. The referee is asking for on the clock.
At this point, every second counts, Joe. Every second.
Two of the last 3 years, it's come down to the final play between these two teams. As Fife goes back to throw on the slant, Sammy Parker has the catch out at the 38-yard line. It'll be second down and 1 as Oregon goes no huddle. And they'll mark him way back at the 37.5-yard line. A little surprised at the mark.
Now it's crucial here to get these plays in from the sideline, get them called and get it executed.
Fife again to throw. Gets hit as he throws, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by Arizona State to the 20, 10, and out at the 3-yard line. Fife has not been hit all day, and he gets hit there and throws his second interception of the year, and Arizona State is a minute 22 from winning this football game.
Yeah, right when he released that thing, that football, he just got hit blindsided. Didn't see him coming. Affected the throw, interception, game over.
Brett Hudson with the interception. And Arizona State with their biggest win I got to say, their biggest win in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's huge for them. On the road.
Against the #6 team in the country.
In Autzen Stadium.
And now they'll just down it a couple times and run out the clock. And a team that was down 21-0 came back, and you know, fans could call it a fluke or whatever, but it's not a fluke when you pass for 559 yards.
No, it's not. They came out on a mission the second, third, fourth quarter to air the ball out, get the football downfield, and make big plays.
Be interesting to see how Arizona State handles themselves in victory on the road. Last year when Stanford upset Oregon, they put on a big-time show, and it made a lasting impression on this Oregon football team. I would assume that Dirk Cutter's team would handle it with a lot of class.
We also look at Oregon. If it's a loss, you look at how they're going to come and play next week. How the guys going to come to react to this loss, especially when you come out and you're winning by 21 points in the first quarter.
First interception for Jason Fife in 140 attempts, and of course it came on the hit. And only a miracle now would keep Oregon in the football game, and really they'll just have to snap at that time, and that's going to be it, as I'm sure the referees won't even set the ball until it gets under 25. Well, they've hurried it up. It's going to take one more snap, and that's going to do it.
So that's a tough loss for the Oregon Duck program.
Fans are stunned, shocked.
They are. Oh, yes.
And Arizona State is tied with Washington State for the conference lead.
This also tells you that the game is never over till it's over.
Dirk Cutter brings his team in here, upsets the 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks. I think for Oregon fans, it's very, very difficult to see coaches that were here go somewhere else, then come back and beat them, because you get tied into the coaches and their loyalties. And a coach like Tom Osborne, how loyal he was to Oregon, and then he goes to Arizona State and jumps around on the sidelines as he moves that quickly, and I think that that's tough for Oregon fans. Player of the game brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Ontario Smith, 27 carries, 172 yards, season high. Actually had 3 touchdowns on the day, but they won't matter because Oregon loses to Arizona State here at Autzen Stadium. And the celebration is on for the Sun Devils.
Final score, Sun Devils 45, Ducks 42. Andrew Walder.
Arizona State did it through the air. They were one-dimensional, all right. Couldn't run the football, but they sure threw for a ton. And that's why they upset the #6-ranked team in the country today. Final is 45-42. Oregon's Fiesta Bowl hopes end here today at Autzen Stadium. There's more to come from Autzen Stadium on the Oregon Sports Network.